today. From Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The option to start the drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Micah Parsons in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson, and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
First down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off play action. Hampton. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown Raiders. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Off the play fake. Hampton. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. after the interception. Here's Jack under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Hampton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And some room to work. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. So
now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Jackson. Being chased out left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they... Touchdown!
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Raiders are pouring it on. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Jackson going to run again. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there for the Raiders. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it is 42-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. He's at the 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than a ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1?
Every single time.
Now a play fake here on first down.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the silver and black continue to roll. Carlson on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson.
Another shot for Bateman. This time he's got it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Got an open man. It's Ruggs.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Raiders.
Henry Ruggs.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here, it's Jackson.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
97 yards. Ravens are pouring it on. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Hampton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25.
CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Pulled in at the 24.
A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Off play action. Hampton. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the silver and black continue to roll. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got room to run past the 20. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it? And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And that is incomplete. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they saw some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Room past the 20. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. Back-to-back running plays putting him in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Baker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now,
and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. And the Raiders have got him. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6, rolling to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Wide open receiver complete.
He's at the 30, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on third and long. Jackson. He's at the 50. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Second and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Operating from the gun. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth.
They'll run on first down. It's Baker, and he's got room. And down to the 15.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.